Hey guys, you are talking with Ree, where I come to talk to you about what I've either read in the blogs, watched on TV, or heard in these streets. Today it is about what we have watched on TV. We are talking about Love After Lockup. I believe this is episode 44. Remember, as I told you guys, the way that they have these episode numbers set up is super confusing, but we keep it going. So, as you guys know, whenever I come on the screen, it's usually because I'm exhausted and I am tired, and I just know I'm not going to want to do and the whole editing type of thing. I mean, today has been a very rough day, guys. I mean, down to the police ticket that I got. Okay, so we're gonna get things going. So this episode really didn't give us much of anything. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was honestly boring. Like, I was fighting to get through the episode. I don't know, rather it was me fighting to get through it just because it was boring, or it feels because I have liquor in my system, or it could be a little bit of both. Just being honest. But neither here nor there. We move on. So this is going to be a relatively quick video. Let's get some of the ones that had nothing going on out of the way. Let's start it off with Derek and Monique. I know, weird, right? We never started off with them, but yet this time we're going to start it off with them. So it basically just starts from where we left off, where it was in the parking lot where they had that fight. Long story short, we're getting Elizabeth, Derek's sister, off of the ground. Monique and her sisters have gone. They're back at the hotel. Monique is like, I'm done filming. I don't want to talk about nothing else. He needs to figure out what he's going to do. And Derek is upset with Monique and the sisters. And in a way, I can understand why he's upset, because his sisters did go to the car. Even though everyone is talking noise, his sisters did go to the car, and that is where Monique comes, opens up the car door. The other sisters talking about come out and swing, and that's how everything pops off. So, I mean, this time, I'll go ahead and I'll give Derek this one, because usually he finds a way to blame her, which I just find to be like truly like ridiculous. But this time, no. Like, Monique, you and your sisters did ask for that fight, and y'all got it, and woo, that fight was something else. And there's that. So that's the end of it with them. Okay, Michael and Justine. Michael and Justine, they go off with their kids to, was it like a restaurant of some sort, or maybe a coffee shop, whatever it may have been. We find out that little Michael, Michael's son, is now living with them. He's excited about that. He goes off to see his PO. If you recall, they're trying to move to Vegas. So the PO gives him the green light, the permission to go ahead and travel. So now they're going to go and search for a home in Vegas. And in the meantime, while they're searching for that, they're going to have Michael's sister go ahead and watch over the children, right? All of the children, including Justine's kids. And so I do love the fact that they are coming along together, because if you recall, the last time that they were dealing with one another, it was like on bad feet. What, that foot? I think I said that wrong. Whatever. But you guys know what I mean. So it was where, the sister was defending the mom, and Justine was defending her daughter. So, but they seem to have gotten past that. They're watching of everything. Michael comes forth and comes clean with Justine being pregnant to the sister. And the sister seems to have already known, because as she says, Justine is showing she, like the mom, is not really on the foot of that happening, considering that he just got out of jail. However, though, that's his life. These guys are mid-30s with a bunch of kids. And, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. He's there buying her a ring, and she's just like, well, don't just go wasting your money. And the whole time I'm thinking, like, where is all of this money coming from? Like, where is this money coming from, honestly? Because he seems to have saved up quite a bit since prison. Speaking of where the money is coming from, we get down to Eris and Cameron. I actually like Cameron's personality. I think that he has all the potential of making an incredible spouse. I really do. The only hiccup, where the heck is your money coming from? Well, that and a drink, of course, to get that under control. But where is his money coming from? That is what we're trying to figure out here. He's talking about making fixtures to the home. He's talking about assisting with other, house things and so forth. And Eris is just like, where's the money coming from? She's kind of nervous about that. Eris, that's something that you should have figured out before you married him. That's what you should have figured out. But I digress. He meets with Eris' friend Priscilla. Priscilla was getting on my nerves. She was doing too much for me. Too many questions. Too many of the, as if he had something to prove to her. Like, it's one way to figure out. Let me say this. There are roles that each person plays, right? There is the family role where, the questions are a little bit different. Then there's the friend role where the questions are a little bit different. The type of questioning that she was doing with him, I've never pried that much towards my friends, significant others, because they know, I trust my friend to know what they're doing, right? And if they don't know what they're doing, that's on them. My responsibility as a friend is not to be doing all of this prying as if I am my friend's mother or my friend's father. I am none of those things. I'm the friend. So, it was a little bit too much. I do gather that, of course, as Eris said, that Priscilla is the only family thing that she has close to family in Florida, but there is still a way to go about that. So I don't know, like, she just got on my nerves with a lot of those questions, talking about, we'll come after you, all these types of things. Like, eventually a person can become defensive. That's all I'm saying. But we move on. We get to Blaine and Lindsay. Blaine has still not broken the news to Lindsay that he has squared everything away. I don't know what he's waiting for in telling her that. I'm kind of confused on that. But he hasn't. She's just like, listen, we got to figure out how to come up with this money. And she just starts to bring out a list of people that owe her money from when she was in the drug game. Lindsay, if these people have been paid, like, now I don't know how it goes in Mississippi, but let me tell you something. In Texas and everywhere else, if these people haven't paid you your money by now, they ain't looking at paying you your money. She calls up one of her friends and it's just like, what is it looking like with money? The friend automatically knows that she owes Lindsay $800. But she's immediately is just like, I'm in a bind right now. And then Lindsay goes and directs that friend to assist in getting the rest of Lindsay's money back. How? Lindsay, let me tell you something. If you were capable of getting all of that money back from them, you wouldn't have even dealt with, what was the dude that she was dealing with the lip? Was it Scott? Like, you would have never even dealt with him. Like, it makes no... Girl, let that money go. If they ain't pay you by now, they're not planning on paying you. Unless if you're trying to go the violent route and then end up back in prison, go ahead and let that go. We move on. Oh, before we move on, we do meet Blaine's father, who looks just like him. And Blaine's father is kind of like, you can tell like he's trying to figure Lindsay out. Like he's not too sure on her. I guess, whatever. We move on. Sean and Sarah. Sarah is something else. Sarah, we find out that Sarah's daughter, the oldest one, right? The one whose father was in and out of rehab and prison and has only met her twice in her 8 years of living. And that was when she was super small. Now she's 8, and now this will be the third time meeting. So Sarah decides, hey, you know what? I'm going to introduce her or whatnot. And like, granted, every child needs their parent, right? I get that. But the way that Sarah went about this introduction was kind of like very off-putting to me. Like, first off, she meets her father, but you don't tell him that that's the father, right? Okay, granted, I get that part. But you got her playing with a stranger. You're like, oh, this is my friend. Go play with my friend. So what if she meets somebody that's not your friend? How will that go? I don't know when it's ever okay to introduce like strangers and be like, go play with my friend that is actually a stranger to you, who is a guy at that. They're like, I don't know, like, is it something kind of off with the way that went about? I understand you not wanting to introduce her as the father yet, but the whole, go play with my friend, like, I don't know, okay? The daughter looks just like her father. Just like her. Beautiful baby girl. It is glad that they're getting along. But, yeah, I mean, He got a lot of proof. He has a lot to prove. The man literally just left rehab, hence the reason why he was not able to meet you the first time you guys were supposed to meet. Why are we not acknowledging that? Okay, but whatever, I digress. So she doesn't tell Sean about the meetup or whatever. She comes home. Sean has a hot tub in the middle of their living room. Is there no appliances in that living room? No one's afraid of that. Why is it in the living room as if they don't have a backyard? I have so many questions. Who is going to drain that? So many questions. Okay. So he tries to do something nice for her. She's like, listen, I'm not getting in that tub. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. And he's kind of annoyed about that, but we move on. Okay, let's get to Chance and Taylor. Wow. So long story short, they go to see a financial advisor to go and figure out what's going on with their finances, because we find out that Taylor doesn't even work, right? She is a stay-at-home mom. So she is trusting all of her finances with a dude who knows nothing about finances, who has gotten out of prison. Okay. What? You're not even managing the money. You see, here's the thing. At least with Sean and Sarah, Sarah made it very clear that she manages Sean's money, even with her being an at-home wife. You're not managing the money, Taylor, but yet you've trusted him with your credit that he has destroyed. I need you guys to make it make sense, because it does not make any type of sense to me. But okay, we find out that this man makes nearly $75,000 a year, which is incredible. That's really good, and especially that's really good for someone that's gotten out of prison. So kudos to him. But where is the money going? Why are you making $75,000 a year and the mortgage is past due? The loans are up to here. You guys cannot pay your bills every month. Where is the money going? We find out that, Chance has a gambling problem. He has replaced his addiction to drugs with his addiction to gamble. And that is where the money goes, right? Taylor is just like, listen, there must be more to the story. Long story short, she finds out further down as he's taking a shower, looks through his phone, finds out that he is dealing with another woman. So you gamble, you're dealing with another woman, you've driven my credit to the ground, and you have us behind on our bills. As if there's not 3 children here and 1 on the way. Taylor, if you weren't going to manage the money for, him, manage it for yourself. That's your credit that he's destroying. This man is like, if he wanted to leave with that Jess girl that you found on the phone, he can leave and your credit would still be ruined. And you'll be stuck with a newborn baby. Child, I'm so sick of them. But yes, that's the end of this episode. You guys let me know what you guys think. As I said, this episode really didn't give us much of anything. But we did okay. We made it happen. So, okay, I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.